want to bring in Brooke Goldstein from Lawfare Project. Brooke, what's your thought on this? How's this? Do you see real progress working, and is this a reality?
Well, a lot has been discussed. I agree we have to take a bird's eye view of this. I don't think anything is being made simpler at all. What we see is the Republicans basically saying we need to have a really big accomplishment. We have nothing this year. Our big accomplishment is going to be taxes, and we all agree, both the House and the Senate, that we're going to reduce the corporate rate. I don't think that's unreasonable. On its face, it's a pretty massive reduction. I think it's from 35 to 20%, but the worldwide average is 22.5%. So we're bringing American corporate tax back into the sphere of what I think is reasonable economically. But the bottom line is you have this whole net cost issue. You can't exceed the 1.5 trillion. So it's created all these really interesting compromises, and some of them I don't think are going to play well. And some of them also have consequences, maybe unintended consequences. For example, not being able to take the property tax deduction.
All right, let's talk for just a second. Brooke got interrupted there for a second. Brooke Goldstein's shot is back up. Brooke, you want to chime in here?
I think to the earlier point made, there was a lot of progress with North Korea, at least, in terms of the fact that we haven't seen them test their ballistic missiles, do anything with their nuclear program since August the 8th. And that was the day that Trump came and said he's going to rain down fire and fury like the world has never seen if North Korea tries anything. So I think for Trump, that's sort of his red line. And so we're waiting to see if North Korea does something, what is Trump's response going to do? And the fact that they haven't tested anything in a period which represents the longest pause, I think, over the past couple of years, shows that they actually take Trump seriously. And when it comes to South Korea, Trump went in there saying that he was going to kill the trade deal altogether. And now they're coming saying we've completely renegotiated. All the messages are positive. So I think that goes to show it was actually a really positive.
All right.
trip.
Well, let's put a quick pin in things because we have to put the discussion on hold for just a second here. Joining us now to discuss yet another upcoming deadline in Congress, Omri Sarin, from the Israel Project, managing director there, and we bring Brooke Goldstein back into the conversation from the Lawfare Project. Thanks for both of you. Brooke, why do you think the president disavowed it so strongly and on the campaign trail had such tough words for it, but he's yet to say let's scrap it completely?
Because there's a political process, but he's doing other things at the same time that I think are very positive. For example, we just recently designated the Islamic Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist group. The IRGC controls the entire economy in Iran, so it's very crippling to them. Anyone who does business now with anything that's connected to the IRGC can be held liable for material support for terrorism. So I think, excuse me, that's a very positive move in the sense that we are punishing Iran in ways outside of the Iran deal framework, which is not a deal. You know, a deal implies that both sides get something. For all the reasons that Omri said, we're not getting anything here. We're in a worse position than we were prior to the deal.
Another promise, Brooke, from the president was to move the embassy, from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Hasn't happened yet. I know these things don't happen overnight, but do you still favor that, and do you think that that's a reality?
I think it definitely should be a reality. I absolutely favor it. You'd be recognizing the sovereign rights of the Jewish people to the state of Israel. You'd be recognizing the plain facts on the ground that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. And you would not be appeasing the Islamist genocidal terrorist narrative that they will free Palestine from the river to the sea, which is what they intend to do when they don't recognize Jewish self-sovereignty over the land of Israel. It's a genocidal chant.
Does it bother you that it hasn't happened yet?
No, I trust that this administration will follow through on its word. It's only been 1 year. Things take time.
So both of you agree in a kind of a yes or no question here. You believe that the president is going to be a strong ally the rest of his time in the White House for Israel?
Absolutely.
Yes, he's going to be a strong ally for peace in the Middle East and our only real ally in the Middle East, which is the democratic state of Israel. Absolutely.
All right, Brooke and Omri, thank you so much for your time this evening. Let's get back to our panel here in the studio.